Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Tunnel Vision. My name is Adam. Yo, it is episode 10 today. It's very exciting. We've been going at it for like 2 months now. Didn't think I would be here. The burnout, like, I felt it was coming, but it isn't. And I'm enjoying the hell out of this, and I hope you are too. But since we hit double digits, you know that I had to come through with an absolute banger of an episode. So we got a very, very special guest here today, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy it. We have the one and only Sarah Buckley. Come on down. Yeah. Sup?
Hello.
What up, homie?
What up, bro?
So, for all of you at home that do not know Sarah already, she is my ex-girlfriend. Just main thing out of the way. Yeah, so why don't you tell the people about yourself that are at home listening right now?
Oh, of course. So, my name's Sarah. I'm a sophomore at Hood College, which is in Frederick, Maryland. And I'm doing a whole bunch of stuff, like overachieving, majoring in business and global studies, which is like foreign politics, because I'm a nerd at heart. Let's be real.
Yeah, we already
The stare. He goes, no. But, yeah, that's really about it. Chronic overachiever, chronic shit talker, but only about Adam.
That's actually a fact. That is very, very true.
It's not my fault.
Well, okay, I would tend to blame you on the shit talking about. Well, okay, fair. I'd say it's a fair amount.
Make it easy.
I'm so sorry for all of you that have to go through the next hour of pain.
I was an all-state clarinetist. I think that gives me the right to sing my heart out.
We're already doing this. We're already here.
One-upping each other or talking about music?
God, whatever. Get off my back already. So, yeah, a main interesting thing about having you on here is that, again, we dated.
This is true.
For about a year and a half.
Yes.
Like through pretty much all of senior year of high school until like, when was it? Like April of like when COVID hit.
Good memory.
Yeah, man.
Good memory.
I know.
I will support that fact check.
Big brain over here. But yeah, man, we were good, had good times. We mutually broke up and we're still friends to this day. So yeah.
This is true. I feel like a lot of relationships end with a lot of fights, a lot of crying, a lot of like, I hate you, I never want to talk to you again. And
well, I'm not saying that I don't.
From the bottom of my heart,
yeah.
I'm so glad to still have you in my life. You were the one that invited me. Also, shout out to Adam for letting me break another glass ceiling. I'm the first female that you've had on your podcast.
Oh, that's very true. Yeah, I was thinking about getting my sister on, but that was just going to be too political too quickly. So it was like...
okay.
We'll dip our toe in slowly onto
We'll go the tea and then the politics.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's typically how it goes anyway, so...
This is fair.
That's fair. But yeah, man. So we originally met back in sophomore year.
Yes.
That when you showed up to high school?
That is.
Yeah, because you were going to a different school around here, and then you just like showed up one day, and it was like, oh Jesus.
Yeah, that's a whole other story. But I did show up the day of band camp. Yes, one of my favorite memories, walking in and everyone in the band, there's what, like 150 people in this band. They're all seated in the auditorium, and I walk in.
Yeah. And, well, the thing is that, like, you might not know about band kids if you're not a band kid at home, is that we're, like, super judgmental, even though, like, we all have, extreme amount of problems at the end of the day. But we all judge everybody. So it's very healthy, actually. So, you know, you show up and we're already like, fuck this chick. Because, like, especially you brown-nosed the director so hard. So, oh, don't look at me like that.
I'm looking at you like that.
It's true. Everybody knew it. He loved you and everybody hated you for it. It's just, like, I
like to think it's just my natural charm.
This is just making me sad now.
No, it shouldn't.
Oh, God.
Yeah, so everyone did hate me for the longest time. My best friend, I also met that day, and she hated me for a nice year before we actually became friends.
See?
So it's not just Adam.
It's not.
But I won them all over. What can I say?
Yeah, eventually. 2 years later. A year later for her, 2 years later for me. But, yeah, eventually. I'll give you that. You did indeed do that. But it's weird... Because and there's a story that I totally did not talk to you about before, but we're going to bring it up.
Let's hear it.
Because it's so funny.
Oh, please,
one of my fondest early memories of you.
Uh-oh.
It was at the sophomore year homecoming. And
I don't like where you're going with this.
Do you see where I'm going with this?
I don't want to.
Sophomore year homecoming. And again, she's the new girl. We had no idea.
I had no idea.
No, okay, yes. But we have no idea who this chick is. So we're all trying to get a read on her. And there's this dude at our school who is a little bit of a fuckboy, to be honest. Hilarious guy, but that's just what he is. He's the school fuckboy, and every school has to have one of those. He just happened to be it. And like, we just spotted her and the fuckboy just macking.
It wasn't macking.
Y'all were like, in our sophomore in high school brains, we were like, damn, so this is how this is gonna be. And we just judge the shit out of you. It was terrible, but
that's fair.
It was so funny. It was a really good time. We're like, oh my god, the new chick is like, I wonder if she knows, bro.
No, I did not. But I didn't end up as a slut, so I think it.
Hey,
I think it was a win. Man.
Female empowerment. Yeah. Go team. Oh my god. Yeah, but that's like the first time I remember talking to you. And then there was just like random times you just like show up at like our lunch table. Like this is
completely fair.
You would just be like wandering. And just,
I didn't wander.
You wandered. You wandered quite a bit.
I didn't have a solid group of friends until senior year.
Fair.
So I was getting to know everyone.
Assimilate.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Because you went from like dirty country of Frederick to like middle of a cornfield, like a little more high class country. Or at least they think of themselves as.
This is fair. And don't get me wrong, I love my roots, but it was an adjustment. And it sucks, like transferring high schools and everyone else has already known each other for between 3 and 8 years.
Yeah.
I was like, hello. So.
And then she was only friends with the band director and everybody else hated her, so. It
worked out.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. It did work out. You did graduate, and that was great. But
making my mama proud.
Indeed. Yo, shout out Monica.
Shout out Monica.
You fucking queen, wherever
we love
you
you.
Are now. God. Bless your soul. God, I miss your mom. She's so great.
I miss her too. I haven't seen her in a while.
Anyway. Just give me one.
So, while we're on that, I'm going to go ahead and out you for a minute here.
Oh, please.
So, as I'm assimilating to the different friend groups, his table was also conveniently graced with the presence of my current best friend's other best friend, who Adam was dating at the time. How does it feel to have dated 2 best friends of the same girl?
It is an unfortunate circumstance that I have found myself in.
It's hilarious.
It's not intentional.
It's hilarious.
If there's one piece of advice that I could give to all of the young men out there that might be watching or listening to this podcast, and take it from me as somebody that has experienced this, if you don't take anything else away from any of these podcasts, take away that you do not want to do what I have done. Because it is double hate. And it's a funny double hate, but it's double hate. And it's really great. So, yeah. That was a fun time. Like, cause, okay. Well, let's talk about when we like first started dating. Because that's like part of it.
That's fair.
What I mean? So, it was senior year and I had broken up with my ex that summer. And I had gone through like my rebound phase and everything. So I was chilling, man. And I was ready to hit up single senior year, like vibing.
It was his hot girl summer.
It was something. I don't know about hot girl summer, but it was summer. It was hot out. So, and I regularly call myself a female.
Oh, wow.
So I guess all those things combined could be called hot girl summer,
especially considering it was like the fall.
I'll go die then. That's fine.
I mean, I can totally take control of this podcast.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. It terrifies me.
Definitely this episode, like this video, however you're watching. If you think I should run this podcast, women get shit done.
Yeah, and they also talk about corn for 7 hours a day.
Whoa. Whoa, that's a low blow.
It's not a low blow.
That's a low blow.
That's a fair and accurate point. If you don't want to hear about corn for 5 hours, do not listen to a solo podcast with this woman.
Just because this is a secret, but my big nerd moments happen around industrial agriculture and industrial corn. So everything you're eating has corn in it, pretty much.
She's very
passionate. And that's where
passionate.
I'll end it with that.
She's very passionate about this subject. Which, again, like... God, I can't believe, like, I've pinned myself here. But, like, is that such a bad thing? Because corn is great, man. Corn fucking rules.
Sweet corn is great. Number 2 corn, which, like, isn't technically edible by humans.
Nobody.
I'm just saying.
Nobody.
Like, corn syrup is not, like, the corn on the cob you eat.
Indeed. I did just get a thought, and, like, I don't know how this came... Because you said number 2 corn. So, like... You're say you're going to the grocery store, right?
Okay.
And you're going to the milk aisle.
Yep. Because
milk is king. And you're going to find some milk so you can just chug a gallon of milk. What milk are you grabbing out of all the milks?
Does it have to be dairy or is it any milk?
It has to be dairy milk. It can't be no bullshit almond milk or coconut milk or whatever.
So definitely vanilla unsweetened almond milk. But if it has to be dairy, 2%. How about
2%.
You? 2%.
Okay.
No more, no less.
So this is a low-key one that like probably not a lot of people are hip to, but vitamin D milk hits like nobody's business.
Like whole milk?
It's just vitamin D, man.
I work at a grocery store.
Yeah, good for you. So you should know these things.
And the vitamin D milk we have is whole milk.
Yeah, so that shit...
He's a fatty is what he's saying.
Okay.
Full fat all the way.
I have a vitamin D deficiency, so are you judging my disability right now?
Which one?
Yes. Applicable to both.
Just to specify.
But, okay, this is the thing. So me and a great buddy of mine back at school, we have labeled ourselves as the Milk Boys because we are obsessed with just drinking milk, just like normal dairy milk, because it's great and milk is fantastic. And I don't know what the issue is, like with, like not to label it as like one. But
sure.
Females, they don't fucks with milk, and it kind of it hurts me a little bit.
You know, I never thought about that.
Like, why don't you guys like milk? It's solid. It is a solid drink. I think we're just hip to
other stuff.
Yeah, but like milk is fire, and you come at us so hard for just drinking milk.
Okay, so don't get me wrong. Ben & Jerry's ice cream, I would die for.
We're not talking about ice cream. We're talking about just drinking a glass of milk.
Then I can't do it.
But why, though? Like, what's so bad about it?
It's a taste thing.
How's it a texture thing? It's a liquid. You hate liquids?
No, but like...
It's not like chunky.
Water and...
Are you leaving your milk out? Is that what's happening? You're just leaving your milk out for way too long and it's getting all weird? That's because if you have a texture problem with milk,
I own a refrigerator.
Oh, so do you?
I do.
Yeah, how big is it? Like 2 feet tall?
No, it's like 3.3 cubic feet.
3.3. So if you calculate the circumference of the Earth, it's actually pretty big.
Actually, it's just the maximum we can have in our dorm.
Okay then.
I spend way too much time on TikTok. Apparently,
milk is great. How did we get there? Corn, milk. What were we talking about? So we started dating.
Yes.
That fall, because I'm a mastermind of flirting because I just have like.
This man,
I have the self-confidence
in his
of a rhino.
17-year-old brain decides to. I used to be like super jump scare sensitive. Like someone could sneak up behind me and
she still is.
It's better.
No, it's
not by much,
it's
but
not.
better.
It's not.
So this man runs up behind me, and I was standing in front of a recycling can, and he tries to dunk on me.
Yeah.
Like something into the recycling can.
Because again, confidence of a rhino. I'm built different.
I dropped. I am not built different.
Oh yeah,
I went on the floor.
Because this was just like a thing we were doing. Because like I don't know about y'all, but through high school we would just do this. Like we took like Disney trips, like especially in band. We took like Disney trips, and the entire time we were at Disney, our junior year, we just dunked on each other. Like there was one time, like to out this man, he knows who he is. We were walking out of Epcot, I think it was, like going to the bus to get back to the hotel. And I just yammed on this man so unbelievably hard, like full 360, just elevated. Like I was, at that point, I probably was like dunking on an 11-foot rim, how high I got off the ground, just pounded on his shoulder and slammed on him. And this man just crumbled. And it was like one of the greatest feelings of my life. So I started doing this to more people senior year. And I was like, oh, I'm going to do it to her. That's going to be fucking hilarious. And I don't know her. Like, we've talked, but, like, not a lot.
Yeah.
But, like, I knew Annie just from past relationships.
Shout out, Annie. I love you so much,
Shout out, homie.
Bitch.
Don't kill me. I worry sometimes that she... Stop that. I don't know what you're mouthing to the camera, but I don't like it. I worry sometimes that she's just going to, like, dump gasoline all over my house and light me on fire.
You have dogs, so she definitely wouldn't do that to your house.
Okay. I need help.
You'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it's fine. But I was just, like, I went for the dunk, and the second I was in the air, homie dropped. Like, I couldn't even, like, I didn't even get a hand, like, anywhere placed on the shoulder area, just, like, dipped immediately. And I went and we were both on the floor, and we were just, it was a mess.
Good times.
Little bit of a mess.
Nothing makes people connect more than adrenaline.
Yeah. Because that's, and as you can tell, it's, like, a top-tier flirting tactic. Because it worked. So, like, it might seem dumb, but it...
Don't take notes, but...
You should.
The message is there.
I'm a mastermind. I know nothing. I need help.
You're going to be walking at college, and you're going to try and, like, dunk on some girl, and she's going to be like, oh my god, COVID!
She's going to run very far.
She is.
And
all the way
quickly.
back to her sorority house.
Actually, don't have sorority houses there, so...
Excuse me, her boyfriend's frat house? Is that
better? They don't have frat houses. There's no...
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I'm slacking.
No Greek life, because you know why? Greek life is fucking stupid. That's why.
It's okay. We don't have Greek like you. Greek life.
Greek like.
Greek like.
Greek like.
Greek like the Romans.
Learn how to talk, homie. I have 2 majors in college. I don't know how to say words. I don't know how to spell.
Okay, we don't need to come after my spelling like that. Yeah. We can shout out autocorrect on another day.
Just what?
So anyway,
what an idea. Yeah,
you dunk.
Like, I'm getting.
I'm on the ground.
I'm getting so off topic.
He's on the ground.
I don't know why. Yeah. So that was the first time we had ever like really started like speaking. and who the fuck did that? Was you that like signed up to the back of the band bus? Because so back in the day, the back of the band bus on like a specific one was like bus B. That's where the percussionists went. Like all the drumline homies back of the band bus, we were causing chaos on all the band rides. And then one day, her and Annie just show up back there, and we're all like, what the hell? They're taking up some of our spots. And I don't know why you did that.
To establish our dominance, obviously.
That's stupid.
Is it?
It is.
Why?
Because...
Does it make you feel smaller? You poor thing.
Dude, you're like, what, 4'8", maybe, on a good day? yeah, I'll come at you like that if you want to start.
This man is a solid foot taller than I am. 12 inches. Which is great for when I'm in heels, but...
Sucks, bitch. Get taller.
My ego does it for me, so...
I'm
outing myself
no
here.
truer words have ever been spoken, ever.
That's okay.
I have to come at you like
I'll take it with pride.
Yeah. So, explain, because, like, I do, it's been so long we've talked about it. I don't even remember, like, why. Just why that move.
Sitting on the back of the bus?
Yeah.
I don't know. We wanted to sit in the back, and we chose bus 2. I don't think it was thought out.
That's like where it's like known thing. Like you were getting into our territory.
I just don't think we cared.
Yeah, but like you should.
It worked out okay.
Yeah, but then we had like a bunch of people come by, and it was just you ruined it. It was sad. It was a sad moment.
Ruined it.
Yes, that's. Mm-hmm. I'm blaming you. Is basically what I'm saying. So.
For the one band bus trip.
That whole time I could feel like the stare on the side of my face. It's painful at times.
You were checking me out. I don't know what you're talking about. He has him right.
Hop off. So we ended up like talking because she was like the seat in front of me on the band bus and flirting, doing the thing, end up dating from that, which Annie was so not okay with, which was a whole thing. Cause like I remember like we were talking about like dating and you were like, but like Annie's not cool with it. So like you gotta.
I mean, to be fair, I was best friends with Annie. I wasn't like super close with her other best friend. So when that happened, I was like, I can either screw over one friendship for a long period of time. Thank God that's resolved. But that was my option, and I chose you. So you should feel slightly better for that.
Because I'm so fucking hot, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not. I'm really just not. It's okay, though. Hey, wait, no. Self-confidence.
This is true.
Let's go. How
Bad
about
bitch energy.
Woo! Yeah. Okay. So yeah, and I ended up having to talk to her about it. Just like, hey, just do homie a solid. It's gonna be fine. Like nobody needs to freak out over this.
But the gist was like, don't screw Sarah over.
Yeah, which is like
don't break her heart.
Which is the best friend talk you get from every girl. So it's like whatever. You know, you just accept that because like. At the end of the day, men are fucking dickheads. So it's like, it's a fair point, you know? It's like, don't ruin this person. It's like,
that's fair.
And I'm like I tend to feel like I'm not one of the terrible men in society, but there's plenty of them.
No,
so that's fair.
You are tiers above like so many other guys. And I don't say that lightly. This has been my only healthy relationship ever. So... it worked out.
You give terrible fist bumps. I just want you to know
that.
No, like because I'm doing this, and like when I'm signaling for this, you should bring up your other hand, and then we're like knocking knuckles like that. But you're coming around. You're doing like a full like hook, like hitting my hand, but it's like limp.
Because if you go for,
because we're not going.
But
straight
I would go
on
like that.
I'm not gonna turn my full body to fist bump you.
Right, but I was willing to put in the extra work for you is what it boils down to.
I'm doing this right here, And then you just meet it there, right? But if you're coming around with a full hook and you're making it limp, so like when it hits the hand, it's just like dying a little bit.
Right when I said he was the healthiest relationship I've had. And
this shows why. Because I get the giant ego, I gotta knock her down a couple pegs.
Maybe a half one for that.
Something like that. But ended up dating, and there was a tournament. My mind is in the gutter. There was a competition. That's what it is.
Competition.
Yes, words. I think it was Hershey Park, and I remember this distinctly because Monica flamed me on this one. So this is like, so we ended up like walking around, and we were holding hands doing the new couple thing. Mm-hmm. And then like a month or so later, we're chilling at your house, and your mom was me, and she's like, "Yeah, I just thought you were like probably a terrible person, like, or something like that."
Literally,
so, like,
yeah.
I thought you were gonna be awful, and I was like very concerned because like one band dad like saw it and then like reported to her, like full secret like spy operation going on, and now she's looking over there like shooting daggers at me, and I just never knew it, and she was scoping me out. But I think like the Drumline Boys just have a stigma that's just true. It needs to be broken down, because we are that bad, but we're like but like on the outside, like deep down, we're a bunch of sweeties, most of us, so it's okay. Like we get the douchey boys, like we're the douchey boys of the band people.
That's fair.
So, but like even the douchey boys of the band people like are tame as hell, so it's because we're all nerds, so it's like whatever.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be cool and be in band. It just does not work.
Yeah.
Like, everyone will hate you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so basically right off the bat, everyone in Sarah's life just hated me. But you know, they liked you. I'm just so electric, and my personality is just like top tier that they just like fell in love with me, other than Annie, and like just secured the bag, to be honest. So yeah, man.
So I guess now is a good time to tell you that your nickname was Egg for a while.
Oh, was
My mom would be like, "Oh, how's the egg?" And I was like, "Oh, he's good."
Oh, because I was the good egg. That's what. Yeah, I do remember that actually. Because she was like, "Oh, he's a good egg." That like nothing has built up my ego more than your mom calling me a good egg, dude.
That's a good thing I can.
Levels.
Crack the shell.
Levels. Just there are levels to this game. Top tier for Monica there. Yeah. I find it really enjoyable, just like side note, I find it really enjoyable calling like parents by their like actual names.
Slaps. I don't know why it hits so hard, but I completely agree.
Yeah, I do that like with my own parents now, and I don't know why, but it's just funny.
Wait, like to their face?
Yeah.
I think I can count on one hand the number of times I've called my mom Monica to her face. I should do that more.
Dude, I do that. Like, that's all I do to them now. It's pretty great.
Mary, what are you doing?
Exactly. No, she, like, I was setting stuff up for the podcast today, and she was, like, asleep on, like, one of the couches.
As moms do.
Yeah, and I was, like, trying to run around and do stuff, and she called me over, and I went, and I was like, oh, yeah, and then I, like, dipped to go, like, keep setting up, because, like, you were close to getting here, so I had to get shit ready. And she's like, Adam. I said, Mary, please. It hits a little harder. It's good, though. I love it. They do not love it. They quite hate it. But that makes it more enjoyable for me, so it's fine.
What is it with you and, like, you like it when the other person really does not like it? Like, when I'm my max annoyed with you.
Yeah.
You're thriving.
I don't know.
At your max.
I think it's because like there's some sick part of me that just enjoys that for something. I don't know why.
Am I allowed to judge you for that?
Yes.
Perfect.
That's fully allowed. Like,
yeah. What the fuck?
I don't like it either.
What do you mean you don't like it?
I don't enjoy that. That's a character trait of mine, but it's a thing.
Therapy.
Sorry, what?
Do you want me to repeat it?
God, no. We're not diving into that today. That is not happening.
We push everyone. Everyone should be in therapy.
Everyone should be in therapy.
Everyone.
Oh, my God.
Get your parents in therapy.
That's facts. Parents need therapy. Really bad. Like, all of them.
When they have to deal with you, yeah.
Oh my god. I'm a mess. I'm such a fucking mess all the time. I pray for my parents every night. I'm not.
They have Alex.
I don't pray. That's actually a lie. I'm not a Christian man. I'm Buddhist, actually.
Oh, interesting.
Maybe I should come up with my own religion.
Like, is it going to involve a colander on your head?
No. I don't know. Like, I think it was a Family Guy episode where they made a religion based off the Fonz. Something like that.
That's a fever dream memory.
Yeah, right? I think that'd be...
How many episodes do the, like...
Too many.
So many. It's like that and The Simpsons. There's infinite.
Yeah, they're in like the 26th or so season, something around that number. Yeah, like a new season just started.
Couple hundred episodes.
And then Simpsons are like they're in the 30s at this point per season. Yeah, absolutely ridiculous. But those shows pop off. Favorite animated show? Go.
Oh my god.
I hit them with it.
I don't know.
You can give me a top 3 in no particular order as well.
I don't watch a lot of animated shows.
Oh, well, you're lame. Just give me one then.
The first anime I ever watched was Ouran Host Club. If you know, you know.
I didn't ask about anime.
I don't think I've ever watched another animated show. Like, I mean, I watched like Family Guy, I watched The Simpsons,
a sign on the
fine.
door of the set that says no weeaboos allowed.
I'm not a weeb. I've watched a singular anime. It's just not my thing. Mm-hmm. But I tried it, and I did it.
Uh-huh. So you're going to tell us an animated show then? Like,
no.
So, okay. Well, I think Futurama is one of the best animated shows ever made.
Actually, Big Mouth. I'm changing my answer. Ooh, Big Mouth.
Big Mouth is good. That's a more recent one. Yeah, I think like Futurama is definitely my number one. Then like Archie. No, not Archie. Oh my god.
The Archer?
I'm so Archer is next, not Archie. I don't know why I said Archie. Riverdale.
Can I get a point for like knowing that before he did?
Yeah, that's actually fantastic for me. Archer, and then probably Family Guy.
Oh, SpongeBob. SpongeBob has to be in my top 3.
Yeah, but like, I don't know, man. SpongeBob is weird. I hate it when parents don't let their kids watch SpongeBob because all the kids that watch SpongeBob came out so much better. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I got into SpongeBob kind of late in the game compared.
Yeah, like your mom didn't let you watch SpongeBob.
She didn't. But then she like chilled
exactly.
Out, so it's okay.
So drop in the comments down below which one of us seems like a more sane human being. I think it's pretty obvious.
I take pride in my basic white bitch preferences.
Yeah.
So...
Solid. Again, the off trackness.
Where were we? So senior year.
We started.
Should we talk about Tennessee, or are we still going at graduation?
No, I mean there's not a ton to talk about. Like I don't know, life shit happened in between. Like we never really fought or anything. So that was nice.
I don't think we've ever fought.
This is amazing. This motherfucker. Put me, I'm clapping for this one, put me on a 3-month trial.
Oh, God.
You gotta explain yourself on this one. It's kind of a lot, and it's still
Let me settle
incredible.
in here. Let me settle in. So, here's the deal. I said to myself, this man is interested, right? Not a problem. I said to myself, am I interested? And the attractiveness said yes. The, like, talking face said yes. My heart said, I don't know. So, I was like, I'm gonna try it. Worst case scenario, I hate it and I dump him. But I didn't want to be mean about it. So I was like, as long as he knows that there's a trial period, that I'm, like, free to leave with no hard feelings, then it'll be okay. But, like, getting a little bit more vulnerable. It was nice to have the space that I needed to get comfortable with you, because I would not have been able to trust you as much as I did if we had, like, taken it slow at first.
Fair. And what I do, and I, like, gave her shit about that, because it's... It's
that's okay.
Still
I'll take
funny.
that.
It just is funny.
It is, but you made it through.
Yeah, but I think it's good to be honest in like a relationship. Like just set the boundaries immediately. Be like blah blah blah. Like this is what I need. This is how I'm gonna do it. If you're not cool with that, fuck off.
Yeah.
So I think it was good that you did that.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like I wasn't going to want someone that would have been like, oh my god, that's so stupid. Like we're not doing that. Like, that would have been a huge red flag to me. So, it was definitely a green flag that you took me, literally putting you on a free trial, with such grace.
Did my best, man.
You did okay.
Yeah. Hey.
No, you did good. Don't worry.
I did great. I smashed it. It was a great time. What are other good things?
That's not a reference to anything.
No. Swiftly moving on.
So graduation and
but there's like, that's what it was. Frederick County Music Power Couple.
Hell yes!
That shit slapped.
I'm not over that.
That was kind of incredible. So we both made all-state band. And we were...
Actually, I was in the orchestra, which is harder to get into than the band, so...
Is it, though?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
And that's where the rejects go, because orchestra sucks.
Don't make me do this.
Sorry, you were drowned out by like
So I'm going to do
violins.
this. So how it works, just because I feel the need to be right about this, you audition, right? They alternate the first two. So very top audition spot, you did the absolute best audition, you get put into the orchestra. Second best audition gets put into the band. Third best audition, which was me, I was so happy, gets put into the orchestra again, and then that's it. Everyone else goes into the band. So I had a 1 in 30 shot, 2 in 30 shot of getting into the orchestra.
I just didn't ask.
You needed to be put in your place.
Yeah, that's what you say. That's what you do say sometimes. But anyway, we both been into that, and we were first chair of the all county. So the band director just dubbed us the Frederick County Music Power Couple.
Literally,
and
he was hip.
We were gassed about that because that is fucking hilarious.
That was my contact name for you for a while.
Yeah, fair. Yeah, I think yours was broccoli because we describe it. If you had any moment that was stupid, we would call it your broccoli moment. I'm
a very smart person. I have a lot of
moments. Here's the thing though. Here's something I've found in life, and I think a lot of people can relate to this. People that are very like book smart and like school smart, as you are just like very stupid people sometimes. Just in the world.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
I'll agree with that.
Just like basic motor functions don't really work.
But it's more of like, I'll try and go and get a plate and I'll end up with a bowl in my hands.
Yeah. Or like she's trying to like walk on the sidewalk and then just randomly falls over and she's like, I hit a pebble.
It was a rock.
But it was like there was nothing there. It was like a tiny grain of sand.
It was a rock.
But I don't know. That's what I found anyway, and it's pretty funny.
I agree with that.
It's pretty funny.
So, do you think that because you're like not crazy book smart, it kind of evens out?
I'm street smart as fuck.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where.
I definitely think there's a spectrum of it, and it definitely is like a balance. You know, like you get so much of one and so little of the other.
And you're like, here's what you're saying.
I don't know.
Because you're much more even. I think
I'm less. I am so much less even. Like I'm probably like if we're talking like street
you're more
versus
book smart than you think.
I am not as book smart as you think. I think I'm like here, and you're probably like there.
I won't argue.
Yeah.
With that.
I'm like 70-30, and you're like.
You are not
85-15. That's what you are.
85-15. I disagree with that.
I think
I can take accurate. I travel alone, and like that's totally fine. I haven't been kidnapped yet.
I would hope not.
As I'm sitting here today.
But I feel like that has less to do with you and more of the kidnapper.
Ouch!
I think if somebody tries to come kidnap you, your ass is fully getting kidnapped.
It was nice getting to see you one last time.
Oh, true. That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we got to graduation eventually, one of those days, and you talk about it. Talk about the fucking podcast. I'm supposed to like take this weight of the podcast and put it on you sometimes, so I'm gonna do that now.
That's my shot arm.
That wasn't funny.
Get your vaccines. That wasn't funny either. I'm so sorry, but yeah, graduation rolled around. It was great, and then senior week happened. So the nice thing is that, like, as a high school senior, I'm sure you will, like, know, you get it. You're riding a high for the entire year, and then pretty much the summer after you're riding a high. So this man and I, we were like, do we want to go on a beach and illegally drink for a week straight? No.
Okay, pause. You were more down with it than I was. Because I was so not down. Like, you didn't love the idea. Because fucking senior week blows.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it does suck. But I was like, we should do something else. So
we decided on...
You already said it earlier. We went to Tennessee.
But we road tripped.
We road tripped to Tennessee for like a week, and it was fucking sick. And I've said it once, I'll say it again. That's probably like my favorite vacation I've ever been on.
Really?
Shit was fire. Yeah, for sure. Because like when you are, okay, well, like the Disney trips as well are like some of that are up there, but that one's probably like top tier. Because when you're in like high school or just like anytime, like you don't get a lot of freedom. And then when you get that, and like you are whole ass going on a vacation by yourself for the first time, and it's not like the band things, like you're there and you're being chaperoned, but we just went and we did whatever we want.
Shout out to our parents for letting
that was sick.
2 18-year-olds just drive 8 hours away. It was like almost 9 hours away.
Yeah. Yeah, that shit was insane. So we spent a couple of days in Nashville and then a couple in Gatlinburg. The
hiking was so good.
It's so nice out there. Yeah.
We did so much fun stuff.
We did. We had a lot of fun out there. There was, I don't remember, do you remember what the place was called where we ate the chicken sandwiches that like almost killed us?
Starts with a B.
I bet it does.
It's been featured on Triple G, all like the good eating shows.
It's been featured on Worth It, I believe.
Ooh.
Shout out BuzzFeed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think that's where I found out what it was. But we went there and they were basically like, whatever you normally get, you need to get like 2 down from that.
Yeah.
So like if you're a medium guy, you gotta chill a little bit, you know? So she got like, it was like light mild.
It was like the first step up from like plain.
Nothing. Yeah. And I was
trying to be adventurous.
Yeah. So you got the lowest and I got 1 up.
Mm-hmm.
And there was maybe like 4 higher steps than what I got. And we were in the fucking bin after that. Like
we were both like crying.
Oh my God.
It was bad.
Like, just the heat sweat off of that. And we had like a group of dudes that were next to us that were feeling the same thing. So we were just like,
those idiots ordered like the hottest ones.
One of the dudes got like, medium, and
someone ordered like
that dude got medium and he died. That's what they were talking. Because like a bunch of them got mild, and then there was one dude that got medium.
Oh, that's right.
And he was sitting there fucking like, oh my god. They just went to college frat bros. So that was really entertaining for us. But yeah, that was probably the closest I've ever been to death.
The closest I've ever been to heaven was like a day after that. That next morning, we went and got those amazing egg sandwiches at
my god.
16th.
Oh my 16th? Lord. Yeah.
16th Street.
What was the deal with those? Because those were like, it wasn't any like.
It was kind of a casserole. Almost
yeah, it wasn't like a normal breakfast sandwich where it's like egg and then like some kind of meat and cheese. Like it was just an egg, but it was like they had put like a bunch of like spices in it. There was like a little bit of heat and like the cheese was in. Oh my god, dude.
I think about that.
I haven't thought about
every
that
day.
in so long, and that just like God.
I think that, to me, would be worth taking a plane to Nashville just to take an Uber to eat there and then immediately getting on the next flight home.
Yeah. But, oh, Christ, yeah, that was really good. Thank you.
Do you need a moment?
I do, because
Moment in peace for us probably never having those delicious egg sandwiches.
I am going to have one of those again now that you've reminded me. So there is no moment of silence happening.
Okay. That's okay.
So, well, it was cool because my sister was living down there at the time. So we just, like, crashed in her living room, like, on an air mattress that was broken. And, like, because we, like, went to bed, and it was, like, all filled up. And then we, like, woke up the next morning and we were just, like, on the floor. It was like, what the fuck happened? It was just, like, deflated.
I mean, I was fine. I've slept on hardwood floors.
Yeah, because you're a psychopath.
No problem, but you bitched about it.
Yeah, because it sucks.
Your poor back.
It just does.
And you don't even have scoliosis.
I'm gonna get it from sleeping on the floor. Don't look at me like that. It's true.
That's not where scoliosis comes from.
I know that, but that's the joke.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Get off my podcast.
What else did we do? So we went hiking.
We did do
I think that was some of my favorite memories of that trip.
For sure.
Yeah, both of us almost passing out because we went on like what was that, like a 6-mile hike with no water, no food.
Something like that. Because we were going to keep going and then it was just like, let's just turn around.
Yeah.
It's just not worth.
It was bad.
Yeah, it's beautiful out there. And I like one of my favorite things, just like, and I'm like so in my feels about this since COVID because like we haven't been able to do this. It's just like going places, just like a random place and finding like a small town and just like exploring that. And Gatlinburg isn't like small town vibes. It's a lot like a boardwalk-esque mixed with small town. And it's kind of like that. I
agree with that.
Yeah, a little bit.
It's like, it's trying to be touristy, but it's trying to be small town with the tourist amenities that you need.
Yes.
I think it's a good way to phrase it.
For sure. They had some killer mini golf there. Some killer mini golf. It was like on the side of a mountain. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. We played so much mini golf.
We did. We played a shit ton of mini golf.
I even thought about mini golf for a brick.
We played like 3 or 4. Like,
no, it was more. It was at least 4.
Yeah, it had to be there because we like hit one when we left as well.
Yeah, I was finding like for whatever reason we kept all the scorecards.
Oh no shit! You found those?
No clue where they are now, but I just kept finding them.
That's so weird. Yeah. We did that. The Sky Bridge. You remember the Sky Bridge? So at this place, they have this. You go up a lift.
Kind of like a ski lift.
Yeah, and you get to the top, and there's like a little restaurant up there, and they have a sky bridge. So it's just like 2 parts of a mountain, and then there's a giant bridge that goes across it, and it's not like I don't know how to explain it, like what kind of bridge it is.
It's like almost like a rope bridge.
Suspension bridge. Is that what it is? Because there's no like posts underneath it. Like
correct.
There's supports on either side, and then the middle is just like kind of hanging.
Yeah. And when you're picturing this bridge, just picture there's 2x4s on either side, and then in the middle is glass, like the entire way.
Yeah, there's like
and then there's just like ropes on your side. Yeah. That's it.
And like I've gotten over it a lot since this moment, but I like was mortified by heights, and I just like so didn't want to do this, but I was like, I'm gonna sack up and it's gonna be fine.
Oh, I forced him. And
that is exactly what happened. And we did it, and I was terrified, and there were like 2 dudes that were like working on the bridge, and they walk out there and they're like, yeah, I think like we're seeing some micro cracks in the glass.
And he didn't know that as he's like on the bridge. You didn't know that until after.
No, we got across the bridge, and then you told me, and then we had to walk back over, and I was stressing even more after that.
You did fine.
I wanted to die in that moment. It was kind of a lot.
It was hilarious.
It was painful is what it was.
Hilarious.
It was painful. That hurt me to my core. But
does this make me a bad person too for like finding it funny when you're in?
See, that's the thing, because you're as psychotic as I am. You just don't admit it all the time.
Whoa.
You are plenty psychotic.
Interesting.
Fact. You can't deny that. Don't like look off into the distance like, am I really? Yes, you are. You are indeed a psychopath. Okay. It's okay, but like you are.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll table it.
I do remember that like ski lift thing when you went down at night, because like they had a shit ton of like lights in this place. So sweet. Because like, I mean, this whole thing is kind of like in a gully almost of just like multiple like different mountains.
Yes. A valley.
Sure. Words. Hop off. But just like neon signs lighting up everything. Really cool like places to go eat. So yeah, they had some banging pizza up there. I think it's like mushroom pizza.
Ooh,
slaps.
Yes,
so good, so good. But yeah, just like a bunch of cool shops and shit like that. There was one night when we were driving back to the hotel, and I think this was with you, and not like a time that I was there. I'm pretty sure this was when we were there. We were driving back, and a fucking black bear just like ran across the street and like dipped like towards a hotel. I swear this was with you.
Maybe it was.
Like we were going back up towards the hotel, and we're going up a little hill, and like this baby, like
oh my god, it
not
was...
like baby, like it was.
I know exactly.
Like it looked like a teenager age, like around that. You know, like it was developing. It's probably going through puberty at that time. Just like probably was running away from home. Just like you don't get me.
It needed to hang with some people its own age. Obviously.
Exactly. So this homie was just in the middle of like the town and was like just decided, hey, I'm gonna book a room at this hotel and I'm just gonna go stay there now, and just ran right across the road. But that's happened like a couple times when I've been in Gatlinburg, so it's just commonplace now. But the hotel we had was sick.
So, okay, so here's the thing about traveling when you're under 21. You can't rent like officially your own hotel room.
Yeah.
Someone has to be over 21.
Yep.
So, your mom hooked us up.
For real.
She was the one that, like, put it under her name so we could actually, like, go.
And we didn't ruin it, so...
This is fair.
We crushed. But it was like a giant,
gorgeous
like...
views.
It was like a giant cylinder, like, on top of this mountain, and you could, like, look down and see the whole town of Gatlinburg down there, and we were up like pretty high on it because there were like shit ton of floors, and we were pretty high up there, and you could like walk out onto the balcony, and shit was sick. So freaking cool. And
it's the Smoky Mountains too, so like in the morning, like all the clouds would be over the mountaintops.
Yeah, dope trip, absolutely dope trip. We made it back in one piece, surprisingly. No fatal. Oh, actually, I was about to say no fatal injuries, but we were in Nashville and we were driving bird scooters. And we were...
Oh, gosh. Trauma. That's okay. Getting used to it.
It was our first time ever using these, I will preface, so give her a little credit.
It's like one of those scooters you rent with an app and then you ride it.
Yeah, so we're driving along, doing our thing. And again, she's not the most coordinated human in the world, as we've said before. So basically, I was a little bit ahead of her because I'm fast. I'm so fast, Sonic out here. And there was like a group of people like walking in a line, coming from one way, like where we were going towards, right? So they were like walking next to her, like, as she was riding the bike, and then another group was like on the other side approaching her.
So I had to stop.
They were like gonna cross, because they were standing in a line, so they were gonna cross paths. And it was basically just like a giant wall of people sitting on this massive sidewalk that they couldn't find space for, like the people riding the scooters. So she's like ringing the bell and trying to get people to move, and just forgets how to use the brake.
I panicked.
And decides that she is going to go on this moving this moving scooter and just hop down and land on 2 feet and just stop.
I don't know what in my brain thought that I would start running once my feet hit the ground.
There was no momentum. She just wanted to plant, but like acting like she wasn't going forward at like a high speed. She just wanted to sit immediately. So she jumps off, lands in this position, and just fully eats ass. The scooter is like
Face
running
first.
off the side. She's got this giant gash on her knee, and people like behind her are laughing at her, and I think that's hilarious. So I'm sitting there like worrying about it, but like mainly laughing because it was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life.
Hilarious.
And then I had to go patch your dumb ass up.
You freaked out. I use
did.
ointment maybe once every couple years. The last time I used ointment was that incident. It's been 2 years?
I was concerned. It was bad.
He wanted to make sure I was okay.
Oh my God. Get away from me. I've said it here on this podcast before. I'm a bit of a simp. And that was just
which we like stan overall. Overall, look for a simp.
So, whatever.
Maybe not you, but like look for a simp.
Get off my back.
Yeah, so that was... I still have the scars.
Do you really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah. No, it's funny. No. It's funny now.
It
was funny.
It was funny at the time, too, yeah.
Yeah. It's like we're picking little pebbles out.
Oh
Teamwork.
God. So stressful. What a time. What a time to be alive. But yeah, we did make it back semi not broken. Little dinks now and then.
Little skin loss.
Yeah.
No problem.
The car that we took, Monica's car, was fine, other than like the one time that I might have drifted it onto an on-ramp.
We said we would never talk about that.
Well, it's out there now.
It was raining and the roads were slick.
And there was like a gravel patch that was like coming onto the road.
Oh gosh, yeah.
And I just went to turn and hit gravel and it was wet and thing just fully started to drift and I thought it was sick and she was just not having it.
All that flashed before my eyes was $20,000 for a new car.
Yeah.
And I was like, but it was okay.
But being like the action hero that I am, I just like took it in stride and saved it.
You recovered and we laughed our anxiety away.
Yes.
Out into the sunset.
It is safe to say that if she was driving, we would probably be dead.
No.
Yes.
Ouch. Hey, my car only had a dent in the side of it for 6 months, so...
I drive a stick shift, so I'm good at driving.
I do drive a manual, and I'm good at it now.
Yeah, and who has more accidents than the other?
Okay, so here's the deal. Let's talk about both of my accidents really quick.
Uh-huh.
First one, I was coming out of a parking lot. I went to turn. I pulled out too soon, and someone else, a coworker actually, didn't stop in time, didn't see me pull out, whatever, hit me. Or I hit her, but that's just semantics. So I dented her door a little bit, but it's okay. She got a brand new car out of it. She's super happy about it. Now that we're a little bit later. So 2 weeks later, 11 days after I have this first accident. You?
I told you. She's still jumpy.
My heart
I've been giving them eyes this whole time.
You have not.
I have.
Oh no.
I did.
I take my eyes off you for 1 second.
Earlier in the podcast, you didn't notice, and maybe they didn't either, but we were talking about how you were jumping, and you're like, I'm not jumping, and I was like, remember this moment. And then I just gave him a little 3, 2, 1, and yeah. Continue.
So anyway, 11 days later, my heart's like still beating. I am driving. This guy goes into the left-hand lane. Mm-hmm. Totally in the left-hand lane. I thought he was turning left. I crawl up. Swings a sharp right. Dents my door so bad that, like, the handle won't work.
Couldn't open it.
Right. You can't open it normally. You had to, like, yank it, but at a specific angle.
Yeah,
to
it was
open
weird. It was very, very weird.
So I spent 6 months before we could get it fixed, betting that he would be the one to break it, because you insisted on opening my car door. Like, not being romantic or anything. Just like, oh, I want to open the broken door.
Yeah, it was fun. But I wanted to break. So that was for, what about the other one? I don't remember.
Oh, we already talked about the other one. That was my coworker.
Oh, which one was the one that I was on the phone for? Because there was one of them I was talking. The second one. Okay, yeah.
And we were on...
Yeah, no, you go.
We were on the 3-month trial at this point. Or were we still talking? I don't remember.
And she just aired me after that. Like, I didn't hear from her for hours. And I was like, what just happened? Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your third accident?
I haven't had a third accident.
What, the one where you were born?
Actually, that was the conceiving. That was the accident.
Okay. I was trying to be funny.
No, you're good.
No, it's fine. It wasn't funny.
It worked out for the best. I'm just such a winner in all accounts, except for my athletic abilities, but that's okay.
You know about, like, the question of, like, if you could go back in time and, like, kill Hitler, would you?
I would probably kill Hitler. Would you?
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, it'd only save the lives of a couple 100 million people.
Yeah, but, like, you don't know, like, what that could do. Like, butterfly effect. You know what I mean? Like, you kill him and then, like, an asteroid just, like, destroys planet Earth. Like, you never know. You know what I mean?
That's fair. I think America would be a lot more racist, to be honest.
Probably. Well, I mean, can it? Yeah, it can get worse.
It can get worse.
I'm like, before I even finish that.
A bit better, but it can be worse.
It can be a lot
So
worse.
we're going to move directly on from that.
This is the one where my sister comes in.
You're right. So are we going to talk about our breakup?
Oh, yeah.
Or should we talk about long distance in college?
Oh, yeah. Long distance in college sucks.
So bad.
Ass.
I hated it.
So dumb.
I was driving to you every single weekend.
Yeah.
I spent 2 Saturdays on my college campus my freshman year of high school.
Pretty trash.
Freshman year of college.
Pretty trash. Yeah, not really it. And that was because I had, like, football games most of the time where you were coming up and you were like, I'm going to come watch the football game.
Yeah.
Because you're being supportive. And I was like, cool, man.
Well, I was happy to support you.
Yeah, man. But kind of sucks. I mean, our case isn't that bad because we're, like, 40 minutes away. 40 to an hour, something like that.
That's fair.
Yeah, so, like, there is worse out there. But still pretty trash. Okay, so she's sitting on a, like, piano stool, and there's usually one back here, and, like, when I'm not on the podcast, I'll, like, lean and, like, hold it, and I just, like, completely missed it, and that could have been really bad.
It would have sucked if you just fell back.
Right? Because that would have been, okay. I just, like, fully walked into that.
I made sure your head didn't hit.
Yeah, I appreciate that part
welcome.
of it. Okay.
We can't have you getting a concussion on top of everything else.
Yeah. Indeed. So, yeah. Long distance is dumb. It's pretty dumb, man. But yeah, we got into quarantine and just didn't feel it. So we gave it the old nip in the butt. But we were, like, cool with each other.
We talked, like, every day for a solid month after that. And then after that, I think it wasn't every day. Yeah,
then it became, like, rare for a while until, like, fall. We talked a little bit more.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it's one of the things of, like, this just happened. Like, we're going to take
space time. Is definitely necessary.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's part of it.
He just didn't like me after that. I'm just kidding.
I never did. Never enjoyed your presence.
That's okay. As we're sitting here. That is A-okay.
You didn't have to call me out like that. You're making me look dumb in front of the viewers.
You're interviewing your ex-girlfriend.
I already look dumb in front of my viewers, always.
Have you told them about recent life updates?
No.
Okay. So, where were we? We were talking about... I totally lost my train of thought. It's okay.
What were we talking about? Yeah. Well, we had...
Us breaking up. We needed space. We broke up
space.
Yeah, fall. And then, after that, we were talking... We talked, like, this school year pretty much every 2 weeks on the dot.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, which is weird that it worked out that way. But I guess that
wasn't
was
intentional, but...
No, it wasn't.
But yeah. We're good. It's a thing of, like... There was no bad blood, and it just wasn't, like, a... fuck you kind of breakup.
Right.
So it's like, hey, we still enjoy each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
No, you're still one of, like, my top friends, for sure.
Do it right. I saw that left hand come
No!
out. It came out. That was the immediate reaction. It came out floppy as hell. It was a split second. Yeah, floppy.
It's not floppy. I have a firm handshake. I have a firm fist bump.
You do not have a firm fist bump.
And I have a firm handshake?
That's decent.
Thank you.
I will say that. Pretty fair. But yeah, I think, like, hey man, if you can make your breakup civil, do that. You know what I mean? Like, there's obviously times when it is less civil.
And that's the thing, like, you don't have to force anything. Like, after you break up with someone, you're not really obligated to anything, like, with them if you don't want to.
But you also don't have to be like, fuck that guy. You know what I mean?
This is fair.
Yeah. Just whatever you feel comfortable with, man. Don't make life decisions based on social norms and stigmatism.
I was worried about where you were going with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, do what feels good for you.
Yeah, man. Do that. Heck yeah. I mean, we're cool. I'm not giving you another fist bump. You have lost that, right?
That's okay. I can do it myself.
Yeah. Hey, did you guys notice the giant spider bite on her face?
No! We were going so well not talking about it. This happened this morning. It's late right now, so it happened over 12 hours ago, but over the weekend, I noticed a pimple on my face, and I was like, okay, cool. And it just wouldn't, like, become a whitehead so I could pop it.
It was bad.
Right, so I was, like, trying to pop it, and eventually I, like, got it to pop, but then it got infected. So I woke up this morning, today. We decided yesterday that I was coming on the podcast today. Mm-hmm. So this morning I wake up, entire left side of my face swollen as shit. I'm like, I'm going to be looking like for the entire podcast. And I go to the doctor and I'm like, what is it? And he goes, well, like, was it a pimple? And I was like, I thought so. And he was like, no, I think it's a bite that got infected. A spider bite, because it's that time of year.
Yes.
Who would have thought? I went to work with this on my face, and my mask went like that. It was showing in its full glory.
It's perfect. I consistently think about how many spiders I've, like, eaten in my lifetime.
I mean, good protein.
Or bugs. You, like, in general. How many have just, like, crawled up? Because when I sleep, I, like, have, like, my mouth open.
Yeah, you're weird like that.
It's not, I don't choose to. It just happens. So, like,
then fix it.
A spider sees it,
Josh
and they're like, let me get in that real quick. And then they just don't know what they're getting themselves into and down the chute for.
So what you're saying is that you will eat crickets with me. That's what I'm hearing.
I'm not going to eat a fucking cricket.
How about a maggot? They make cheddar cheese maggots.
Pause. A maggot?
Maggot.
You said maggot.
That was a voice crack.
That was a voice crack?
Yeah, you couldn't tell.
Are you sure?
No.
You said maggot. Okay.
I don't know. What do you want my excuse to be?
I don't know.
Here's my book. Pick one.
There wasn't a book there. It was just your hands opening.
They wouldn't know.
Whatever. I'm over it. Don't talk to me.
Burnt out clarinetist, magician on the side. Perfect.
You can get out of here with that bullshit. So.
You know what bullshit you can get out of here with?
What?
The fact that you don't like Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift is dumb.
Taylor Swift is...
That's a fact. No, Taylor Swift isn't bad. And you brought up this issue, but, like, I talked about this last week. She didn't deserve the album of the year. I respect it. It was good. Jacob Collier's was better. And that's just the entire argument.
I've never listened to Jacob Collier's album. And honestly, I don't know if I ever need to.
You do.
I never heard about it. Taylor Swift
he's underrated
put out
as fuck.
3 albums in a year and a half.
That doesn't mean they're good.
Have you done that?
I could put out 3 albums. I'm not saying they would be good. They'd probably be trash.
Are you saying that Taylor's albums are trash?
I'm not saying they're not.
Then hop
I'm not
off.
saying anything.
Taylor Swift. I am not a diehard Taylor Swift fan, but she has worked for every fucking single award that she has gotten.
I see what you're saying. but I just don't care.
So I definitely liked, I'm trying to think of my favorite Taylor Swift album. There's a lot of good ones. Folklore, I liked a lot.
Folklore was good.
I think...
I like it more than Evermore.
Evermore has more songs that I'm like, oh my gosh. But Folklore, I can listen to the album and... I don't know. I don't want to say, like... I feel like Evermore is a great background music album. Folklore is something that you have to pay a little bit more attention to.
Fair.
Speak Now. If you're not screaming every single Speak Now song, what are you doing?
I don't know.
Forever Holding Your Peace. If you know, you know. Haha, you're left out. How does that make you feel?
I mean, fine. Like, I'm not saddened by it. I want the people to know that this is also coming from the girl that listens to Stacy's mom, like, more than anyone has in years. Like, on the reg. Just, like, every day.
But she's got it going on.
Oh, my God. Yeah.
Yeah, and Saint Motel. Saint Motel is my new bop. I just introduced you to a song. Everyone should go listen to the song. It's called Pool House. It's by Backseat Lovers.
It's pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
So good.
It's pretty damn good.
So good. That's going to be my next song on repeat for the next 6 months.
Oh, is it now?
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
You ever hold a cup like that, or like anything like this? For the listeners, I'm holding my water bottle like with my thumb, following the.
Hey, how much water is in there?
Following the rest of my don't get any ideas. Following the rest of my fingers instead of like cupping it like in between. I just think this is hilarious. I do this to make my parents uncomfortable now. Like we'll be sitting at dinner and I'll pick up something like this.
But how do you not like drop it? Like my thumb is like off my water bottle right now.
See how you're not dropping it?
Wait, hold on, ready?
Opposable thumbs are overrated. Oh my lord.
I did not mean to actually drop that.
Wow. That happened.
That's okay. It's from a nice 2 inches.
I feel really
Sorry to
hurt
reach across your face.
in this moment. I feel attacked.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. That is totally my fault.
God. Just came out of nowhere.
It didn't come out of nowhere. It came out of the guilt I felt over hurting such a precious egg.
Fucking Humpty Dumpty looking.
You do look like Humpty Dumpty.
I don't look like Humpty Dumpty. That is the...
I don't know. You're short. You're fat. You fall back over easy, as we've seen.
Is that what it is?
Backwards. You fall backwards.
Okay, then. Okay. Sure, bud. Well, I feel like that's a good place to stop. I want to thank you guys so much for coming out and watching this episode of Tunnel Vision. Thank you so much for continuing to show all of your support. If you do me a favor, drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. If you're listening on Apple Podcast, be sure to give me a rating. It helps me out so much. Thank you to Sarah for coming on to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
We've made it to 10 episodes. Yeah! Woo! Here's to many more. And until next time, I will see you guys later. Peace.